Good day and welcome to Eau Claire Evangelical Missionary Church. Just another encouragement from the Word of God. And today we're going to talk about faith. And faith in the New Testament word for it, which shows up 244 times just in the New Testament. It actually is talking about having a strong confidence within. It is another word we could use for it is a conviction of. We are so convinced and convicted. We have a strong conviction on this. And that strong conviction we have is that God is, and He is a rewarder of those who diligently seek Him. That's a quote from Hebrews chapter 11. So let's turn there to see faith in action. Hebrews chapter 11, starting at verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good testimony. Now, this word testimony is it's not the same as a lot of times in Christian circles they say, what's your testimony, brother? And what we're asking really is what's your story in Jesus? But are you so confident in your testimony that you would actually stand up on trial and declare that Jesus is and has done this in your life? That's the kind of testimony these guys are. It's as if they're being tried and their faith is the evidence that they are presenting that God is real. By faith we understand that the worlds were framed by this word of God, so that the things which are seen were made not by things that are visible. By faith Abel offered to God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, through which he obtained a witness that he was righteous, God testifying his gifts, even though he being dead, he still speaks. What was the difference between the two sacrifices? Well, Cain, he sacrificed because it was the right thing to do, but Abel included faith in it. And if we're not including faith in our sacrifices and our giving, we might be doing the right thing, but we're not doing it for the right motives. And Abel's sacrifice, how is his filled with faith? Abel gave his best, his first and his best unto God, trusting that the rest would be okay for him and that God would provide. So that's part of it. We have a strong confidence in God, and we just give him our best. By faith, Enoch was taken away so that he did not see death, was not found because God had taken him. For before he was taken, he had this testimony that he pleased God. He had faith that he could please God, and he did. And so what an amazing testimony, the witness. Remember, we're talking legal terms of faith. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he who comes to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of those that diligently seek him. By faith, Noah, divinely warned of things not yet seen, he's never seen rain or this flood that God's talking about, moved with godly fear, prepared an ark for the saving of his household, by which he also condemned the world, and became heir of righteousness, according to faith. By faith, Abraham obeyed when he was called to go out to the place where he would receive an inheritance. And as he went out, he was not knowing where he was going. By faith, he dwelt in the land of promise, as if in a foreign country, dwelling in tents with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. For he waited for the city whose foundations, whose builder and maker is God. By faith, Sarah, that strong conviction and confidence within God, also received strength to conceive seed, and she bore a child, even though she was past the age, because she judged him faithful who had promised. Therefore from one man, and him as good as dead, were born as many as the stars in the sky in the multitude, innumerable as the sand by the seashore. These all died in faith, not having received all the promises, but having seen them afar off, were assured of them. And that's another word for faith, as assurance. They were assured and embraced them and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims in the earth. For those who say such things declare plainly that they seek a homeland. And truly, if they had called to mind that country from which they came from, they would have had opportunity to return. And that's part of faith too. You have the opportunity to go back to the other ways. But you put your confidence, you put your conviction that God is and that He's leading. But now they desire a better, that is a heavenly country. Therefore God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he has prepared a city for them. I want to encourage you in your faith. Faith is not just a mental exercise. It's more than that. God gives us the strength, but we need to have a conviction that he is, and that he is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. So be encouraged. Put that confidence in him, because he's waiting to reward those who diligently seek him. Thanks for joining me this week. Have a great week. God bless.